right, it's time for the recurve men's team. We're going to be doing the bronze medal match, and you can see that it's going to be Ukraine versus Russia. And this is how they got there. Ukraine falling to the Netherlands, and Russia falling to Australia. I'm Greg White. Sitting alongside me is Mackenzie Brown, of course, who represented the United States in the 2016 Olympics, and who is very familiar with this tournament. One thing I'd like to comment though about Germany's effort, Mackenzie, is that in the 24 hours they shot, they only dropped 6 total points as a team. That's a pretty good tally.
It's very impressive.
And I mean, the Russian team only dropped 9 total points, so that is the way it goes. Let's take a look at the qualifications. As you can see, top of the list, top of the pile, the Netherlands, 1782. Then they take the 3 archers that are here. They combine their total qualification scores. That's how we get team rankings. Japan, Italy, Ukraine, USA number 5, Russia, Australia, and on down the list.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time is now. The place, Yankton, South Dakota, in the United States of America. Please welcome the athletes to the field for the recurve men's team bronze medal final. Shooting for the bronze medal, the team of Russian Federation. Arsalan Baldanov, Artem Makhnenko, Bair Tibekdorziev. And their opponents. Shooting for the bronze medal on target, number 1. Please welcome Ukraine. Oleksiy Hunbin, Yorhe Ivansky, 2008 Olympic champion Victor Ruba. Set play conducted under the supervision of World Archery judge Mr. Ahmed Rushdie will decide which of these teams will win bronze and who goes home as a finalist here from Yankton.
So these teams are both very well versed in archery, indoors and out. You've got Victor Ruban that's on the Ukrainian team, like George said, 2008 Olympic champion. Very tough competition. You've got Artem on the other side, who has also been an amazing competitor in outdoor competition. I haven't had a chance to look at indoor competition, but I imagine he's very formidable opponent.
A lot of great archers in this, even though you have Ukraine qualified 4th in the qualification rounds, Russia 6th. This is for the bronze medal.
Great opening arrow.
And we can see archers using different diameter arrows as well. Interesting anchor point.
There's a lot of strategy in the arrow setup, which we can go into a little bit later.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that.
Great way to start. First
Arsalan Baldanov. Also a big name in recurve archery. style.
Absolutely. So he puts his thumb behind his neck to get through the clicker, which we've talked about a few times so far, but it's very unique to put your thumb all the way back there. A lot of archers aren't even flexible enough to put their thumb behind the muscle that runs down the side of your neck, and he puts his all the way behind his neck. It's one of the things he's pretty famous for, actually.
Yeah, and you know, it's very interesting to note that in archery, the key thing to remember when you're just starting out is that it's a very individualistic sport. If it works for you and you can repeat it,
Absolutely.
then do it. Until it's not working anymore, then find a new way. Great shot.
Looks like Artem has found his sight mark that he wants to work with. Started off a little right on that first target.
The words you're hearing are from the Ukrainian coach. He's actually talking with his athletes right now.
So they need a 10 here to maybe take the set. I'm unsure about that arrow call on the Ukrainians team.
Great shot. There is a 10-9 liner.
Yep, there's a 10-9 liner. If it's called in, they will split the set points. If it's called out, Russia will take these first 2 set points.
Let's listen to the arrow call.
Target shoot. 9, 10. 10, 10, 9, 10.
Там на один видел, на 11 все там девятка, вот эта вторая там близко, я не знаю, потянется или нет.
Well, we didn't get to hear that call, but we know that it's changed to a 10. So for the Ukrainian team, that score, as you see on your screen, has been changed to a 10. So 58 across the board, and we'll split sets 1-1.
So something again with Victor, he's got very interesting form, but he's also the veteran on the team for sure. He's 36 years old, been around the sport for a really long time, and very competitive his whole career, which is you know, something to definitely point to his success. He's been around for a really long time.
Oh yeah.
It's difficult in this sport with so many good archers coming up and picking off the top, you know.
36 years old. We'll see him just here in a moment. 149 matches in world archery in his career.
Пропустил Леша хорошее устойчивое положение. Упустил прицел.
Victor wasting no time getting to that anchor point. Great shot.
They start this way.
Видишь, это хороший, вот как раз то, что надо.
Solid shot there for Russia. 25-year-old. Ranked 51 in the world. Shot from the 16th ranked archer in the world. 22 years old is Artem. He hands it
Леша,
off
пойдешь первым?
to Baldanov.
Леша, пойди последним.
Good shot. Baldanov, 22 years old and ranked 10th in the world.
Отдохни.
A couple team wins to his credit as well. Is that a cell phone I just heard? The old all ringers off thing, even with the distraction. 10, 10, 10.
Russia definitely set up a difficult challenge for Ukraine.
You see Victor's eye opening and closing. Could be a eye dominance type thing.
I prefer to keep both of my eyes open just because it's a balance thing. When you close one eye, your balance becomes a little worse just because of equilibrium and a lot of the ways that the body functions. But if it works, it works.
Well, hopefully that 10-9 liner is going to work for Russia.
That top arrow might be a tough call for the judge because there's another arrow that was right there on the line.
Yeah.
But we'll see how they call that one.
And an 8-9 liner.
That was pretty solid 8 to me.
Yep, that is definitely all in the red.
So the score, even if that 10-9 liner is called a 10, it's going to be 3-1 because it would mean that Russia would get 57 points versus the Ukraine's 58.
Package 2.
Again, anything can happen. Russia opened up with a really solid 10-10-10, but then closed it with a blank 9-8. We aren't sure. We're going to listen for that call now.
9-9-8.
So the judge has determined that is a 9 and not a 10. So either way, Ukraine will come away with 2 set points.
And here's what we were talking about a little bit earlier, a replay of watch the eyes of Victor. That left eye opening and closing, opening and closing. And it's just like you talked about, Mackenzie. It could be one of two things. It could be that balance thing, could be a preference. It also could be some archers are, say, right-handed, left eye dominant, right eye dominant, left-handed. So it kind of depends on how you actually dealt with that. More than likely, when you were just getting into archery, you kind of fell into a certain rhythm.
Yeah, absolutely. It really comes down to what your coach, one of your first coaches, told you what to do as far as right-handed, left-handed. And one more option would be if on a compound bow you have a peep sight and a scope that you line up. For a recurve archer, you line up the string in a certain spot on the aperture, so as kind of a back sight. So if Victor is having some issues seeing that string or seeing 2 sights, he might close that non-dominant eye.
9 points.
Russia starts off with a 9, with Ukraine leading the way, 3 set points to 1. A win in the set for Ukraine gets them the bronze medal.
10.
So Russia right now fighting to step up on that podium.
Bogdanov has been a little low on that target. Still catching the 10 though.
It's a 9 to the course here.
All right, Elka.
Yep.
Good way to
Situation
start.
too. We saw him close his eye. opportunity for Ukraine to pull ahead halfway through this set with a 10.
Yes,
Their anchor shooter keeps both eyes open. So it is 100% preference and what you can make repeatable, as we mentioned before. Great confident shot.
Shot by Artem.
Главное, что ты перестаешь, но ты прицел удерживаешь, понимаешь, и целенаправленно работаешь. Поэтому получается хорошо, но в то же время тяжело.
Looked like that one surprised him a little bit when it went off, but managed a 9.
As a recurve archer, you can really get conditioned to just let go when that clicker hits the riser, can't you?
You can. It's definitely a strategy in your practice.
At 10.
But it is one of those things that you practice with, so that you're making the best shot possible. So if that's happening right after the clicker, that's one thing, but usually it's making a good shot and the clicker's just there as an extra aid.
9.
Не перестаивай. Не перестаивай, Леха.
All right, so the Ukraine puts themselves in a position to really put this match away. A 10 here will win it in set points. Wow. Whoa, that's a 10-9 liner with 1 second remaining on the clock. And it looks like it will be a 10.
I would call a judge on that. If it was in a match situation, I would definitely have the judge.
All right, let's listen to what the judge has to say.
10, 9, 10. Back 2. 9, 10, 9, 10, 9, 10. Okay? Back to 1's the winner.
All right, so the winner goes, victory goes to the Ukraine. They will take home the bronze medal on a good 10 shot on that final arrow. So congratulations to the Ukraine defeating Russia.
Very
Here.
consistent shooting.
Very consistent shooting. Yeah. 58, 58, 58 for the Ukraine. 58, 56, 57 for Russia. So the Ukraine only dropping 6 points during their 3 ends.
Something interesting to note as well is we talked about the order in which you shoot and what you pick for your team earlier with the women's team, and something I found interesting for the Ukrainian team is that they put Victor in the middle.
Yeah.
Usually when you're in the middle spot of a rotation, and again this is a usual thing, that you would put someone who's less experienced in the middle, and he's definitely has the most experience of the 3.
All right, so good look at Victor, leading his team to victory for the bronze medal.